Good morning, Justice High School. Today's Den Day lesson is about the activities, athletics, and clubs that we offer here at Justice High School. The Justice High School athletics and activity programs are a continuation of the classroom. Their purpose is to educate. The privilege of activity participation is earned through the maintenance of proper standards of attitude, attendance, and achievement. Through participation in extracurricular activities, Justice students will develop values, attitudes, and skills for personal growth and for the benefit of a diverse society. We are committed to our vision of access and excellence. So you want to get involved. There's many different ways to do that here at Justice High School. One of them is getting involved in co-curricular activities, trying out for one of our many athletic teams, joining a club, which you will see a long list of our clubs that we have here at Justice later on in the presentation. We have student government and leadership classes that are available for our students to join. And then we have academic teams who participate in competitions against district, region, and state teams in the area.
Why should I get involved? Participation in student activities is truly a learning experience and an enhancement of the regular school day. There's research that shows that participation in activities and athletics promotes citizenship. It also increases your grade point average, helps students have better attendance records, and can lead to success after college. So as we move forward to the rest of our presentation, we just want to give a shout out to our social media pages. So if you use Twitter or Instagram, please take a moment to look up our accounts and follow us for more updates throughout the school year.
The next two slides that you're going to see are our activities office staff. And we start with our Director of Student Activities, Brian Garvey. We also have our Administrative Assistant, Miss O'Rourke. Here you see their email addresses and Twitter handles if you would like to ever reach out or have questions regarding how to get involved here at Justice High School. Two other members of the Activities Office staff are both Assistant Director of Student Activities. One is Mr. Forche, and the other one is Mr. Sutphin. Once again, these are two gentlemen that you can reach out to should you have questions about how to join athletic teams or become involved in clubs.
Now, if you're interested in joining an athletic program, what do you need to play? You will need a VHSL athletic physical that's dated after May 1st of 2020. Okay, you also need to be eligible with your age, grades, and semesters at Justice and have an emergency care card form. All information and documents can be found on our Justice High School Sports website or on our Justice Sports Google Classroom that we will share the links following this presentation. As we move forward, we're going to be showing you all of our athletic programs and our fall, winter, and spring teams. This upcoming school year, the 2020-2021 school year, the VHSL has approved that winter sports will now be our first season. As you can see on the screen here, December 7th is going to be the basketball start date, and December 14th are going to be all the other winter sports. So wrestling, indoor track and field, and swim and dive. There's going to be more info to come. Please email your coaches and follow them on Twitter. As we go through our coaching staffs, you can see on the screen the head coach name, their email, and their Twitter account. So on the screen here for winter sports, we have boys basketball, girls basketball, and indoor track and field. Also in the winter, we offer swim and dive and wrestling.
This year, our fall sports have been moved back to February 4th start date. There will be more info to come as we get closer to the fall sports season. In the upcoming slides, you will also see our head coaches, their contacts, and their Twitter handles that you can follow. So if you need information, please feel free to email the coaches or reach out to them on Twitter. At the bottom of the page, you will see a fall sports interest form that is a Google form that you can log into and share your interest in a particular fall sport that we then will share with the coaches staff for them to reach out to you. Our first fall sports that we have here, as you can see, once again, we have the sport, the coach, their email address, and a Twitter account that they use. Here we have cheer, we offer cross country, boys and girls, and we have field hockey. Also offered in the fall is football, boys and girls golf, and volleyball.
And our last season in the spring for our spring sports is April 12th. April 12th will be our start date. More info to come in the springtime, but feel free to email your coaches and follow them on Twitter. So beginning with our spring sports, we have baseball and boys and girls lacrosse. You can see your head coach, their email address, and their Twitter account. In the spring, we also offer crew, boys soccer, and girls soccer. And finally, in the spring, we offer spring track and field, boys and girls, and also softball. And lastly, we also have our boys and girls tennis programs.
Performing arts activities. These are organizations that operate as an after-school activity. They may have co-curricular academic requirement attached. Some of the performing arts that we offer here at Justice High School is our band and our choir, our choral director and band director, as you can see here, their email address, and a Twitter account that you can follow them at. We also have orchestra and theater.
We also offer a ton of clubs at Justice. High school clubs and organizations are student-based. All clubs are administration-approved organizations functioning with different tasks, varying on the specific purpose of each respective club. Clubs are composed of Justice students and they're advised by adult staff who help to maintain the functionality of the clubs. You can find more information on the club's Google Classroom, and the code is shown here on the screen. The following club list is based on the active club list that we have for our upcoming school year, right? The 2020 school year. The club status can vary year to year based on student interest and sponsor availability. So as we are in our virtual world right now, it's very important that you join the Google Classroom, you email your club sponsor, and you join as soon as possible. We would love in our virtual world right now if everybody can join in and be involved together in our extracurricular clubs. So as new clubs start every year, please contact Mr. Sutphin as email that is shown in the activities office for more information. In the next 3 slides, we're going to show all of the clubs that we have at Justice. So when you look at this list, you can see on the left the name of the club, in the middle the teacher that sponsors it, and their email address. So if you see any club that interests you, feel free to email that teacher for more information or follow the Google Classroom account for more updates. Here is our next list of clubs. In a typical school year, clubs will meet after school, but in our virtual world right now, they will be meeting virtually. So it's very important that you find the links for the meetings, and all the updates will be posted on Google Classroom and on social media. Several clubs also have their own Twitter accounts. So if you see a club that interests you, feel free to search them on social media. Lastly, here's the list of the rest of the clubs that we have offered at Justice. And with our clubs, we also have honor societies. So as you can see here, we have French, Spanish, science, national art, and national honor societies for all students to apply and be involved with at Justice High School.
Our student government and leadership classes that are offered at Justice High School are the following. Leadership, also known as our SGA. You will see that Miss White, formerly known as Miss Gary, and Miss Lipsy are the sponsors of the leadership classes this year. The ESOL leadership is also one that is Miss White and Miss Lipsy. And then our athletics leadership class is led by Mr. Forche. We have several academic teams at Justice High School. These are organizations that operate as clubs, but also compete in VHSL competitions at the district, region, super regional, and state level. We have forensics and debate, Scholastic Bowl, and theater. Here you will find the sponsor of each academic team, their email address, and a Twitter handle that you can use to follow them. I also must say before we move forward that we have to give a shout out to our forensics team who has won 2 region championships back to back. And we finish with another reminder to follow us on our social media accounts. Twitter handle is @justice_sports, or follow us on Instagram @justice_wolves. If you should have any questions, please feel free to reach out to any member of the activities office staff that we showed you at the beginning of the presentation. Thanks again for joining us today for our Den Day lesson. Justice Wolves, have a great year.